Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today the topic which we are going to present here is about the ABCD parameters of a transmission line. In this topic we will discuss that what are the problems that can be dealt with in order to find out the ABCD parameters and why we are going to prefer ABCD parameters instead of the remaining 4 parameters, and how to find the ABCD parameters and what can be found if we take the inverse of this ABCD parameters, right? So continuing with the with our lecture, we will be able to know that in case of ABCD parameters of a transmission line, they are slightly different than the parameters of a two-port network, right? How that if we consider a transmission network, a transmission line network having the two parameters of at the receiving end and two parameters at the sending end, right? What I mean to say that if we have the two parameters means voltage and current on the on the sending end as well as on the receiving end, then this transmission line network model will become as shown in this particular figure, right? Here in this case I have this Vs, that is the source source voltage or sending end voltage, and this Is is equal to, or it is the abbreviation of sending or source current, right? This is basically IR is representing the receiving end current and VR is representing the voltage across the receiving end, right? Here, however, if we take the model of a two-port network used in the electric circuits analysis or network theory, we will be able to know that here in this case the direction of receiving current, that is IR, is opposite to that we have assumed in the transmission line network, right? Why this difference exists? This difference is basically existing that in this case of two ports network we have to consider the we have to apply the mesh analysis, and in order to form the mesh analysis we always take the middle branch under consideration, right? Whereas in case of transmission line networks there is no middle branch, right? In fact we have only the sending end or the receiving end, and the load is on the receiving end. Therefore in this case the transmission line network, we have the receiving end current is towards the load, right? So we have to take this in this way. I hope it gets clear, right? Now coming on to the types of parameters, let me tell you that we have 6 types of parameters. First of all, we have the hybrid parameter, that is also known as H parameter. The inverse of this H parameter is the G parameter, right? So H parameter and G parameter, we have the two types of these parameters. After it, the impedance parameter, and the opposite or the reciprocal of this input this impedance parameter is admittance parameter, right? Therefore in this case we have to take the impedance parameter as well as the admittance parameter. And likewise on the fifth place we have the ABCD parameters, which we are going to consider in this lecture or in these the transmission lines. I will tell you that why we are going to prefer the ABCD parameters, right? But first of all let me tell you that the sixth type is small ABCD or ABCD inverse parameter, right? This small ABCD parameter is also known as ABCD inverse parameter, right? After it, on the now let me tell you that why there are 6 parameters existing for the transmission lines. Actually how we have find out this value 6, that there are the 6 parameters, because we have actually 4 parameters for voltage and current, right? That is source voltage, source current, and receiving end voltage and receiving end current, okay? Therefore in this case we have for the 4 parameters for V and I. Likewise, we have the 2 ports. Okay, one is the input port and the other one is the output port, right? Therefore, applying the formula that is n is equal to 4C2. So how many combinations we can get? We have the 6, because we can get 4 factorial over divided by 2 factorial into 4 minus 2 factorial, right? So in this way we have found out the 6, n is equal to 6. And likewise, when we write the parameters for these equations, then this will become, when I will write these parameters for V1 and I1 by using this circuit of transmission line, then I will be able to find out that here it is AV2 minus BI2, and for I1 it will become CV2 minus DI2. I have found out these parameters by using the transmission line network. Okay, and after it, let me tell you that why ABCD parameters are preferred. It is because remaining 4 parameters, that is H parameter, G parameter, Z parameter and Y parameters, there is one equation for the input port, whereas the other equation is for the output port. How I mean to say that, let's suppose if we consider for the case of Z parameter, then one equation will be for the I1 and the other equation will be for I2, or one equation will be for V1 and the other equation will be for I2, and likewise if there is I1 at one end, then V2 will be on the other end, right? It means that what we have obtained is that one parameter is related to the sending port, whereas the other one is related to the receiving port. Okay, so we don't have any sort of parameter that is fully considered or fully considered on the at a single end, right? Therefore, in this case we will obtain ABCD parameters, because because in this ABCD parameters we have V1 and I1, or Vs or Is, and Vr or Ir, right? Therefore, both the parameters are for the either for input port or for the output port, right? Both voltage and current are either for input port or they are for output port, right? For input port, ABCD parameters are considered, right? Whereas if we have the another port ABCD, right, then for the sending port, right, for the receiving port or for the smaller ABCD port, or we can say for the receiving port, for the output port we have small ABCD or the ABCD inverse parameters that are considered. Okay, here in this case, whenever I will write this equation of ABCD parameters, this equation will be depicted like this, where we have Vs and Is, and here we have A, B, C and D, and on the other hand I have Vr and Ir, right? Therefore, this is the fundamental equation for the voltage source and for the voltage and current across the sending ends. Okay, therefore after it, let me tell you that from this equation A I have obtained equation B, where I have multiplied this Vs and Is, they will be equal to AVR minus BIR, and Is will become CVR minus DIR, right? You can see that if we multiply this AVR and plus BIR, right? Likewise CVR plus DIR. Okay, so in this way we have obtained these equations, and here the minus sign is representing the transmission lines, because we have this direction of IR opposite to that of two port network. Okay, and likewise when we will consider this, then if we have to find out the value of A, then we will place this value of IR equal to 0. Due to this reason, this B factor will become 0, and we have A is equal to Vs divided by Vr, and keeping the IR equal to 0. Okay. Likewise, when we have to find out the B, then the opposite one is A Vr. Therefore, we have placed this Vr equal to 0, and this IR will be divided by Vs, and we will obtain by the uh, this IR will be divided on the both sides, and we will obtain we will obtain the value of B equal to Vs divided by IR. Okay. And likewise, in this C for the C variable, we will have the C parameter by keeping the value of IR equal to 0, and we will get IC divided by VR is equal to C, keeping the value of IR equal to 0. And for D, for obtaining the value of D parameter, we know that we have to keep the value of this VR equal to 0, and then we will obtain D is equal to IS divided by IR. Okay. So, this equation is basically equation C here. Okay. So, after it, let me tell you that the A and D, both of them will be unitless quantities, right, while B will be measured in ohms and C will be measured in ohm inverse. Okay. How? Because this is volt and this is volt, right, volt and volt will get cancelled, and this will become a unitless quantity. Likewise, here I have IS and IR, ampere divided by ampere, both of these quantities will get cancelled, and in the result I will have no unit. Therefore, for A and D I will have no unit, whereas for B and C, V over I, right, here I have this V over I. Therefore, this will lead to find out the value of B in the ohms, whereas C will be come in ohm inverse, right, as I have this I over V, right, this is inverse of B, right. Therefore, I will have this as ohm inverse, right. Therefore, we have the two fundamental conditions. Moving on to next part, we know that we have the two fundamental conditions in order to analyze the parameters for the transmission lines. For analyzing the parameters of transmission lines, as I have told you that we have the four basic parameters of A, B, C, D. If A becomes equal to D, then it will lead to form a symmetrical network, right, and if it will be leading to the term that AD minus BC is equal to 1, then it means that it is a reciprocal network, right. What is a symmetrical network and what is a reciprocal network? A symmetrical network means that either it is turned from output side to input side, or turned from input side to output side, it will remain same, right, it will remain symmetrical, right. Whereas a reciprocal network means that it has the same input and output ratio. Okay. Same input and output ratio is defined like if I send the input of one to the output of other, then the output of this will be equal to the parameter when I will apply the receiving end voltage onto the sending end and applied sending end onto the receiving end, right. Therefore, if I make the connections in reciprocal, then I will have the same voltage. Okay. So, in this case, this will be meant by reciprocal network. Okay. Therefore, finding out the input impedance of the transmission line, it becomes Z in is equal to Vs divided by Is, and this will be equal to AVR plus BIR divided by CVR plus DIR. Okay, where A, B, C, D are known to you, and VR and IR are the voltage and current across the receiving end respectively. Okay, therefore after it finding this thing, now we will move on to the ABCD parameters, and it will be noted that we have to find the characteristic impedance, and in order to find the characteristic impedance, let's consider the input impedance, that is both the short impedance as well as the open impedance, right. Let us suppose that first of all we will find the open circuit input impedance. Okay, in order to find the open circuit uh, input impedance, we suppose that the load will be open circuit, right. If the load will be open circuit, then the current on the receiving end will become 0. Okay, therefore after it equation A becomes Vs is equal to AVR and Is is equal to CVR, right, because we have the B and D, both these parameters will become 0, or we can say the parameters that involves the receiving end current, they will become 0 as the load is open circuit. Okay, therefore as a result of this we will get Z open circuit is equal to Vs divided by Is, and IR is equal to 0, and this will lead to find out the AVR divided by CVR, right, and whereas VR and VR are getting cancelled in this case, therefore we will get A divided by C as the output of the open circuit impedance. Okay, and if we consider now the short circuit impedance, then for short circuit impedance we know that ZSC is representing the short circuit impedance, whereas Vs and Is both are representing the voltage and current across the sending end respectively, whereas in this case VR will be equal to 0. Okay, it means that receiving end voltage will become 0, whereas in this previous case of open circuit we have noticed that IR was equal to 0, right. For the open circuit IR will be equal to 0, and for short circuit we have the maximum current flowing, therefore VR will be equal to 0. Okay, therefore as a result we will obtain Vs is equal to BIR and Is will become equal to DIR, right. The voltage part will be eliminated because because the value of VR is equal to 0. Therefore as a result we will get it equal to B divided by D. Okay, as IR will be getting cancelled with the IR in the denominator, right. As a result we will have the short circuit not short circuit but the characteristic impedance, it will become Z naught is equal to under root of ZC into ZOC, right. Therefore placing the values we will get Z naught, that is characteristic impedance, it will become equal to B divided by D multiplying A divided by C, right. Therefore the value of characteristic impedance is found as, right. Therefore as mentioned previously, if there is a wire that is that is symmetrical, then in that case, right, if there is a symmetrical wire, then in that case we have A is equal to D, right. If we have A is equal to D, then the characteristic impedance will become Z naught is equal to B divided by C. Okay, here we have this formula, right. As in the previous case A is equal to D, therefore we can punch the value of D equal to A, and both these values will get cancelled, and in the output or as a resultant value we will get Z naught is equal to under root of B by C, right. Now after finding it, let us assume another case where we will be saying that the two transmission lines are cascaded. What is meant by cascaded? That the output of one becomes the input for the other, right. Therefore I am considering this figure. In this figure I have this Is and Vs as the sending end and IR as well as VR in the receiving end, and here I am taking the general expressions known as I and V. Okay, these are representing the current as well as voltage, and here we have A1, B1, C1 and D1 for the first transmission line, and A2, B2, C2 and D2 for the second transmission line network, or we can say that this A1, B1, C1 and D1 is for the per unit length for the first network, and this A2, B2, C2 and D2 is for the second network of the transmission line for per unit length. Okay, therefore considering this, we can say that now for the first case, the startup network, where we have to consider the A1, B1, C1 and D1, we have the value of Vs, that is equal to A1, B1, C1, D1, and it will be multiplying with V and I. Okay, therefore we can have this thing, right? Here in this case, I and V are representing the output of first parameter network, right? Therefore we will multiply this output with these parameters. The output is here in this case is I and V, therefore I have multiplied this V and I in this case, right? Now considering the second parameter, that is the network that is cascaded with the first network, we will say that this I and V is acting as the input for the second network, whereas this IR and VR are acting as the output of this second network, right? Therefore in this case I will take the values of I and V as the input values, that I have taken the input values, just like in the previous case I have taken the Vs and Is as the input values. Then the transmission line parameters, in this case the second case I had the values of A2 and B2, these two value and C2 and D2, right? These four values are used for making the matrix, therefore I have placed them in the matrix form, and after it I have placed the output in the last part. Therefore in this part VR and IR are representing the output for the receiving end, so I have punched these values of VR and IR into this equation, and I have obtained these two equations for G and H. Okay, moving forward we will find out that we can place this value of Vi from equation H into this equation of G, where I have placed this value of Vi. So as a result we have obtained that Vs Is is equal to A1 B1 C1 D1, that is the same this expression, whereas this value A2 B2 C2 D2 into VR and IR, this value is representing basically the value of Vi in this G equation, right? So we have punched this value here, and as a result I have obtained this A B C D value equal to this expression A1 B1 C1 and D1, here A2 B2 C2 and D2. How we have find out this equation J? Because we have compared this equation this equation I with equation A, that you have noticed that Vs Is into A B C D into VR IR. Okay, that was the equation A, and from that equation we have noticed that this A1 B1 C1 and D1 multiplied by the other matrix of the other cascaded network, that is A2 B2 C2 and D2, we have obtained this particular value. Okay, so after it, therefore it is concluded that if there are two cascaded networks exist to form a transmission line, then their ABCD parameters can be find out by taking product of ABCD parameters of both networks, right? But in case sending end parameters are known and receiving end parameters are to be found, right? In the last case we had these receiving end parameters were known and we had to find out the sending end parameters, right? Therefore we have applied the ABCD parameters. Now we are considering an other part in which we know the sending end parameters and we have to find out the receiving end parameters. Then what we will do, we will basically take the ABCD inverse parameter, or we will consider the ABCD inverse parameters. In order to find out the ABCD inverse parameters, we will just go through this, that VR and IR, we have these two values, and here I have A, B, C and D. I will find out its determinant and then its adjutant. In order to find out this determinant, as you know that 1 divided by AD minus BC, and for finding out the determinant we have placed these, we have swapped both A and D, whereas we have changed the signs of B and C, right. So here in this case I have multiplied this term, and in the end I have multiplied this inverse with the sending and receiving end voltage, that has been written in the form of matrix. So as a result we have obtained this, basically from this equation we have obtained, after solving this whole equation, we have obtained this thing. Okay, how we have obtained this thing is basically because we have supposed that it is the reciprocal network, right. So in order to find out the reciprocal network, I have placed the second equation from those two conditions that I have told you earlier in this slide. Let me tell you that these were the two conditions. In the first case I have placed the A is equal to D, and now in the second case I will place AD minus BC is equal to 1, right. Therefore when I have placed this AD minus BC equal to 1 in this equation L, then I have find VR is IR into D minus B minus CA into VS IS, right, because this term will get equal to 1, and 1 will be multiplied with this in order to obtain this whole term. Okay, as I have obtained in equation M. Okay, now for finding out the percentage voltage regulation, we can say that the percentage voltage regulation is represented by VR at no load minus VR divided by VR, right, into 100%. Okay, therefore from this expression I can say that at no load condition IR is equal to 0, right. Therefore I have this Vs will become equal to AVR, because I have this IR equal to 0 at no load. Okay, therefore this equation will lead to Vs divided by A at no load condition. Okay, for VR, this VR will become Vs divided by A, that I have obtained here in equation P. Therefore now placing this equation P into this value, on this value VR NL, in place of VR NL I will place Vs divided by A, and in the end I will obtain this equation Vs divided by A minus VR divided by VR into 100%, and this will be the final equation of these ABCD parameters. Okay, these ABCD parameters will keep on varying for different parts of the different networks or the different parts of the different transmission lines, like its value will be different for the transmission lines, in the short transmission line its value will be different for the values of medium transmission lines or different models of medium transmission lines, and likewise for the long transmission lines. We will definitely going to discuss them into the coming lectures. Right now in the next lecture we will study about the short transmission line, and we will be able to know that how to deal with the short transmission lines. Okay, thank you very much for today's lecture. Thank you.